Hi you guys, my name is T and I'm here on Scoring, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my story of being cheated on. Um, this happened in 2018. I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings where I met the guy that I was dating. His name is Jerome. Everything was cool. I actually ended up talking to him through a friend. She put us together to start getting to know each other. We exchanged numbers and everything was cool. We were hanging out, talking on the phone, going on dates. He met my parents and we just hung out from time to time. Yeah, we hung out from time to time. I was really into him. Just his personality and how he was treating me made me feel good and comfortable to start liking him. So, yeah, he made me feel good. Things were going smooth, and months went on, and I started to notice a change in him. He wouldn't he wouldn't normally call like how he would do during the weeks. It was a lot of excessive drinking with him, and it was a lot of asking me for money. Then he would he would go days without talking to me too sometimes, and I don't know. His vibe was just like real negative, and I noticed it, but just never spoke on it. And then Valentine's Day came around, and he called me and told me that he didn't want to be with me anymore. And he had a threesome with his baby mama and her best friend. And yeah, and it sounded like when he was talking to me too, it sounded like that it was someone in the background forcing him to say what he was saying. I believe that he cheated. It's just the way he was talking to me seemed like it was somebody in the background. I could tell, like in his like demeanor, and that did hurt my feelings. I cried. You know, that's how women are. We're emotional creatures. As soon as somebody hurt our feelings, so I was crying. But I couldn't do nothing but take what he said. So after he told me that, he hung up the phone. I was a little depressed. Because it's like this is a guy that I liked, and I wasted all this time focusing on one dude that didn't really have my best interests at heart. And until we still work together, so I have to still see him every day. Yeah, so once he called and told me what he told me, he hung up. I just went on as if nothing ever happened, but at the same time, everybody knew at work because we worked together. And when you're dating somebody that you work with, it can kind of get a little messy. So everybody just asking you like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? He cheated on you with his baby mama, and oh my God. So that was a lot of pressure, and I was overwhelmed to deal with that. So I had to deal with people in my business for like, I say about a good 2 months. And then after those 2 months transpired, I did decide to leave the job because it was too overwhelming and it became too much. Once I left Buffalo Wild Wings, I ended up getting a job at Office Depot. Worst job ever. They were paying, my checks weren't a lot working there, but yeah, in the midst of working there, the guy that I was dating, Jerome, he would pop up at my job. Even though I thought quitting Buffalo Wild Wings would help me get away from him, he still ended up finding out where I worked. So he was popping up, just standing around, trying to talk to me, telling me to forgive him. But I'm not about to forgive nobody that just doing all that. Because clearly, you don't want to be with me if you're doing that. So I wasn't really giving in to him doing all that. And then in the midst of him popping up at my job, I got his baby mama harassing me. So yeah, it just stuff like that just takes a toll on people when they're dealing with certain situations. Then he ended up marrying his baby mama. And in the midst of him still marrying her, he was still trying to talk to me. And then she's still harassing me. She was still harassing me and stuff. So it was just a lot. He also told me too when they got married, because I found out about it, because you know I still had friends at Buffalo Wild Wings that were still like calling my phone, telling me what all he was doing, and I cared, but I really didn't care. But that's just society. They were telling me what he was doing and stuff, and it was a hurtful experience. It was hurtful, but he was still trying to talk to me, which was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of out of line, because it's like, how are you trying to talk to me when you cheated on me and you're married? God shouldn't be doing that at all. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, I was, at that time going through that, I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I still cared about him, but I knew he was no good. And what I want to tell girls out there who's going through the same thing that I went through is, don't settle. Because I was at the time, I wanted to be in a relationship, and I felt like with that guy, I settled. And I feel like now I know my worth, and I know that eventually I'm going to meet the king of my dreams. But I feel like women, we shouldn't settle for less, and wait till God puts stuff in place for us.
Cut. There you go. How you feel?
I don't like talking about that situation, but you know, it's cool.
Well, I mean, it can be therapeutic,
Yeah.
talking about it, and then, like I said, you got other people out there going through some of the same sympathies or whatever, and women got it rough, because guys are
crazy.
I mean, we're dogs, especially when you're young like that. Them young boys are out there.
And the older ones too.
Well, yeah.
I'm still going through another situation.
Oh, Lord.
He got a girlfriend and still trying to talk to me like, why do guys feel like they gotta have their cake and eat it too? And then you get mad at me because I cut you off, but you have a girl. How are you mad? And then you didn't even tell me you had a girl. Then when I asked you, I'm like, dang, so you got a girl? His response to me was, I'm not married.
Wow.
So because you're not married, that gives you the obligation to be selfish and not even tell me that?
Right.
That's not right.
Well, see, that's back to what I'm saying, though.
Crazy.
Guys out here are rough, and you women, y'all don't have a lot of good choices.
Crazy, man. That's why I just stay in my own little bubble, and then I just see all my friends too, like they having all these kids, and they're not even with the man they're having kids with. And I do not want to be like that. I refuse to be like that.
There you go.
No.
I applaud y'all.
Cause I'm crazy, and I don't have time to be. I don't have time. No.
You said I'm crazy. I see it in your eyes.